Hello and welcome to Bears TV. Today I'm here remotely with Bears number 2, Kasper Andersen. Questions from the fans as always. Kasper's with us and eager to answer your questions. Kasper, how are you?
I'm very good, mate. I'm very good.
Good to hear. Right, since joining the Bears midway through 2019, you've made no secret of your love for the club. Why is Redcar so different from any other UK club you've rode for?
Well, I don't really know. I just think the atmosphere and the people around the club has just been so nice to me, and it just feels like coming in as a new guy to a club midway through a season is always tough. But doing it with Redcar was fairly easy because everyone was just so nice and friendly, and you just felt like you were one of them from the get-go.
Good. Richard Wiles has asked, how did you find riding for Redcar last year? Which is a similar question, but I thought I'd ask it anyway.
I found it great. Like, I love the track, I love the fans, and that we got some silverware was also great.
Fabulous.
So yeah, all in all, it was amazing.
Good. Right, at the start of the 2019 season, you rode for Sheffield, and you only averaged 4.72. At that stage of your career, was the heat leader position a bit too much of a step for you?
Yeah, well, I didn't ask for a heat leader position, and when I signed for Sheffield, I wasn't signing as a heat leader, but all of a sudden I was put as one, and that just made my situation a lot harder.
Right. So going back, would you have tried to maybe look for somewhere else, or were you happy to progress onto that challenge of trying to become the heat leader?
Well, if Redcar had rang me from the end of 2018, I would have signed with them, but they didn't. So and I had the choice between Sheffield and Edinburgh, and I chose Sheffield.
Okay. Right. David Tate has asked, what engine will you be using next season?
I will be riding a GM. I saw he asked me if I wanted to ride a Jawa, and that's nothing I've ever thought of riding a Jawa because my engine tuner does only do GMs, so and everyone else riding GMs, so that's just normal, isn't it?
Okay. Before you signed for Redcar in the eventually cancelled 2020 season, did you have any offers from any other championship clubs?
No, I didn't.
Would you even entertain them, or was it just Redcar?
Only Redcar.
Only Redcar. That's what we like to hear. Polish Speedway's second division have recently announced that riders cannot ride in more than 2 national leagues. What do you think of this? And do you see that as an opportunity for you to ride in the Premiership again in this country?
Absolutely. Well, I think it's, but that's just how it is. They want to control the world, and they seem like they have the right to do so. But right now, and as I said that last year as well, if I got an offer from the Premiership team, I would say yes. I'd rather focus on doing better for Redcar and potentially get to Poland. And now that Polish Speedway has said that we can only ride for 2 other leagues than the Polish league, that's just made the situation a bit harder than what it already was.
Do you feel you've learned things from riding for Sheffield and Kings Lane when you were eventually released?
Yes, I have. I've learned not to trust anyone.
Not to trust anyone. Not even Ben and Jade.
Well, don't trust everyone. That means that you can't trust everything people say because they always feel there was some things they just have to say to make them look good. And in clubs where it's all about money, it's really hard to trust people. It is. I learned that the hard way, but coming through Redcar where it's not all about money and it's more about everyone having a great time and trying to win something. Makes it a lot easier because everyone is so much more trustworthy at Redcar than I felt they were other places.
Interesting. On that subject, how vital was it that we kept the top 5 together from 2019?
Oh, it's I think it was one of the most important things for the team and for the club moving forward because we were just starting to dial in together, and I think if we had wrote this year, we would have won it.
Well, hopefully we'll do that next year.
Yeah.
Right, Bradley Fallis, he's had a question in. Bradley's asked, how did you get into Speedway and who is your biggest Speedway inspiration?
Oh, how did I get into Speedway? Well, it started out in 2004. I was about 5 years old, and my dad asked me if I wanted to go and see something called Speedway. And yeah, we went along. There's a track like 5 miles from where I live. So we went there, and I asked my dad if I could have a go. And I had a go, did 3 laps, fell off, and said to my dad, "Dad, I want one of these." And yeah, my journey started in the summer 2004.
2004. Riders that have rode in your position, in the number 2 position, sometimes bemoan the fact that they've finished the rides by heat 10. What do you think about riding at number 2?
Sometimes it's a bit hard, but I quite like it actually, because it's hard to explain, but you get your rides like right after each other almost, and it puts pressure on you and your mechanics. But I think it's good because it keeps you warm. You don't have these long breaks in between your races, and you can feel how the track changes every race you do. So I think it's good to be at number 2.
Do you not feel sometimes a bit helpless when towards the end of the meeting you could say, for example, go out in heat 14 and it's really close? Do you not think I want to be involved there?
Yeah, that's that's true. I sometimes you feel helpless. You can always say, well, I just have to back some points early on, make sure we get off well, and then the number 4 has to do the same in the end of the race.
Okay. Right. Stuart Bell sent in a question. Stuart's asked, have you rode in any meetings this season?
Yes, I've done. Oh man, I think I've done like 7 meetings. Yeah.
Any success?
Well, yeah, I won a final in at my home track in Esbjerg, where we did 7 laps, where we had to do 6, but we did 7. I won that one, and I came third in another meeting in Esbjerg as well, and I averaged about 9 points in the Danish first division.
Okay. Denmark obviously did pretty well in the Speedway Nations. What is the state of Speedway in Denmark at the moment? Is it on the rise?
No, it's definitely not on the rise. We're losing riders left, right, and centre.
How long have you rode professionally in Denmark for?
Professionally since 2015.
Okay. And have you always rode for Esbjerg or?
No, I was bouncing around between clubs before. Well, I've always done. Signed with Esbjerg. Well, I started my journey in Esbjerg in 2004. Moved to another club called Holsted in 2006. Moved to Vojens in 2013. Moved back to Esbjerg in 2015. To Grimsted in 2017 and back to Esbjerg last year.
Well travelled then, Kasper.
Yeah.
So
I've been around.
Yes. So after, obviously, we've already touched on you were released by Sheffield, but you came into the Bears and you had a fabulous 2019 when you were with the club. Was being released by Sheffield a blessing in disguise?
I think it was. Well, I don't know if it was, but it. I was on such a low that I was ready to quit my time in England. I was ready to go over and get all my stuff, and then Ben called and he said he was from Redcar, and I remembered that track. That was one of the only tracks I remembered from England that I liked riding. And so I thought, well, let's give it a go, and it definitely made my Speedway career a lot more fun signing for Redcar and being released by Sheffield.
How sweet was it to go back to Owlerton and win that away meeting?
Oh, it was the best feeling ever. And I even had people asking me, why didn't you ride like that for Sheffield when you were riding at home for Sheffield? And I said, I don't know. It's all about confidence and how happy you are in the place you are in life.
And obviously, as you said, if it's fun and you enjoy it, you're likely to do better anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Let's go through. Stuart's asked another question, which I thought was quite an interesting one. With Brexit on the horizon in the United Kingdom, do you know what you have to do to be able to ride here?
Well, we have to complete an EU settlement agreement, and I can't remember what else. We have to do some paperwork behind the doors and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm pretty confident. I know what I have to do. And if not, I'll just give Ben or, or someone else a call and they'll sort it out.
Good. Have you been in touch with any of our boys from the cancelled season?
Yeah, I've been talking a little to Speedy and to Eric, and yeah, of course the promotion.
Oh, congratulations to Eric as well. He's just got married, hasn't he?
Yeah, big boy Eric has just been become a man.
Right. As you touched upon earlier, our track, the Media Prem Arena, is often regarded as one of the fairest tracks in the country. Do you agree with that? And do you think it's more challenging for you as a home rider as there are less advantages?
I agree with it being one of the fairest track in the country. And yes, it is harder as a home rider because we have to constantly be quick at a track where everyone can be quick. So we every time we have to think about where we can be quicker than the others because we do so many more laps than everyone else there. So we have to always find a way to become even quicker than the quick guys, you know.
And do you feel when you first came to the Redcar track, not as a Redcar rider, did you really enjoy that experience, or was it, oh well, I enjoyed it, but there is better tracks out there in the country?
First time I rode there was the Silver Helmet in 2018.
Yeah, 18, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd never seen the track, I never heard about it, and I felt like it was the most awesome track I've ever ridden.
High praise indeed. So, from a personal perspective, what are your aims for next season?
Personally, I just want to progress, like raise my average even more, and hopefully get into Polish Speedway and just be a better me.
That sounds good. Do you feel like your progress has been hindered by not riding this season as much as you would have?
Yes, definitely. This year was the year where I planned to have my breakthrough, and it's been what I've been working towards. And all of a sudden, that was stopped by this pandemic, and now I'm just working even harder to make 2021 an even better year.
Right. Last question. We've had a question from the Redcar Bear on Twitter who's asked, have you got any new dance moves prepared for next season?
Well, actually, when I'm working, I'm thinking about stuff to do because I think it's important to involve the fans in what we do. We are entertaining them, but they are as big a part of the team as we are because if they weren't there, we wouldn't ride. So
yes, and I always enjoy your dances after Heat 8 when you win it, of course.
We're not winning.
Yes. Right. Thank you for your time today, Kasper. Hope you all enjoyed it on Bears TV. And until next time, goodbye.